Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Hell yeah, no, okay, because I was just trying to test it out, make sure everything was good. No, dude, thank you so much for joining us early in the morning today here in the West Side. Hopefully, it's not too late over there.
Oh no, thank you for hosting this event. I know it's super early in your time zone.
Dude, it's all good. It's all good. I wake up early, so gotta if I wake up early I can do more in the day, you know what I mean?
Yes, but less in the night.
Yeah. Exactly. So no, if you want, so we'll just give it probably like one more minute or something like that. I mean this is recorded, so because yeah, I mean it's just early here, so people will be able to like listen to it later on today. And then as we're talking, more people will join because
Yeah.
you know that's just how it goes. But if you want, we can just get it started. And I mean, yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get it. So no, thank you so much. Midas today. We got Mises wallet. Am I saying it right? I've said Mises all the time, but I don't know if I said it right. So is that how you guys pronounce it?
Oh, we say Mrs. Yeah.
Mises. All right, cool. That's like the what's that called? Like the Rick and Morty show. Or do you are you not familiar with that
Yes, of
show? There's
course.
some dude. Okay, there you
Oh,
go. Yeah,
geez.
yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. So yeah, we got Macy's wallet in the building there. One of our newest partners in the Binance ecosystem. So, thank you, Midas, for joining. And yeah, man, really excited to have you here. But yeah, I mean, let's get it started. So I kind of wanted to know a little bit more about just your background, like personally, right? And I guess how'd you end up, with the Mises wallet project.
Okay, okay. But first is Mrs. Browser. Okay.
Mises
Yeah,
browser, my bad.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's early here, my bad, man.
Oh, that's fine. Hello, everyone. You can call me Wei or Luke. I've been working in the crypto industry since 2018, before I graduated from university. And before Mrs., me and some of the Mrs. team member, we started a crypto community, and we acquired around 3 million users. And now I live in France, and I'm in charge of the growth of Mises in Europe and also the whole community.
Got you. No, that's so you've been in the game now for like 3 years. Is that the case then?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, you've been. I mean, I guess not. I mean, sort of in topic. What do you think about? Because I'm sure you've experienced probably a few crashes at this point. What do you think about what's going on with FTX?
I think I, I I think FBF is too young for running such a huge centralized company. He should give more power to the community. Yeah,
Got
he
you.
should not be so confident about himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've I don't know. Obviously, I don't know too much about him. I honestly never really saw a lot of content regarding him. But I mean, do you think he seemed kind of like, yeah, kind of like you said, overconfident, cocky that everything was going to be all good?
Yes,
Um,
I'm also a trader. If you we often got overconfident and think we are the god.
Damn, yeah, that actually that's exactly the description I heard from someone. They just called him kind of like he just thought he was like untouchable or like a god. They
Yes,
actually said god as well.
yes, it's a common
Got
problem for traders.
got you. Okay, got you. Yeah. So no. So I mean, let's just get I guess more into Macy's and your guys's just hold project. So I guess give us a little brief description of like what Mises browser is, and I mean I guess what you guys are trying to solve as well, like the mission and all that good stuff.
Okay, okay. For those who haven't downloaded the Mises browser, it's a Web3 mobile browser. And on the Android version of Mises, users can download and use extensions to access Web3 websites and services. We currently have 200,000 downloads and 10,000 daily active users. And our users are basically segmented in 4 different geographic regions: North America, Europe, Southeast Asia, including Singapore, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Philippines, and also African Web3 country, Nigeria. We currently support traditional wallet extensions with a long history, such as MetaMask, and we also support the recently popular wallet extensions like wallets on Aptos and Sui blockchain. And wallets on Aptos and Sui, like the Suiet wallet, they only have extension versions, but no mobile app. So with Mises browser, the users can access Web3 services anytime and anywhere. For more, most wallet app is integrated not with a browser in it, but with a widget called WebView. The experience of accessing Web3 websites in a wallet with WebView is worse than using Web3 services on Mises browser with the extensions. On the other hand, according to some data I found, most Africans have cell phones and only few Africans like to buy a computer. So Mises browser can help people without PC devices to enter the Web3 world. In Mises, we also integrated Web3 websites aggregator and Web3 extension aggregator. Now, currently, 300 websites and extensions are included in it, and our team is still reaching out to more Web3 projects to expand the aggregators on Mises browser.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, that definitely opens up a use case. Kind of like you said, there's a lot of people that don't have access to
Yeah,
computers, and they need to access financial services some type of way. Same with like people that are unbanked, right? In the world, there's a lot of people that just don't deal with banks, so that's why they turn to like DeFi and other crypto projects and services. So that's why Mises browser is important, right? Because just with a phone, you can access all these
yes,
funds, right?
I've done
Protocols.
several AMA with African crypto projects, and it's exactly the same what they told me when they started their project.
Yep, yep. No, I mean, I think I was doing some research on that a couple of days ago, and I think it's like 1 billion people in the world just don't have access to banks, and like you said, no computers, right?
Yeah,
So, but a phone is like $50, and you can buy an Android phone, right?
yeah.
So, uh, yeah, no, that's exactly why a solution like you guys just is super important, right? So, and I guess because we're expanding the Binance, right? What blockchain are you guys? Or I mean, I guess you guys are a browser extension, right? On your phone, but like, I guess tell us a little bit more about um, I guess any blockchain of choices that you guys have. Do you guys work with basically any blockchain, and it's just basically like
Mm-hmm.
like I said, just an extension that connects regardless of blockchains. And yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we have a blockchain. Our team developed the Mises public chain based on the Cosmos Tendermint consensus because we are more than just a mobile browser. And we developed this Mises public chain because the public chains currently on the market do not meet the needs of decentralized Web3 projects. Their economic modules are designed for financial transactions, and they are not suitable for most Web3 applications. Financial transactions will help user to profit. So it's reasonable to pay gas fees for users. But if let's imagine on Web3 social media, you need to pay a huge gas fee to follow another user, and that is unacceptable. So most public chains support decentralization of code through EVM, Ethereum virtual machine, and code of smart contract charges gas fee based on the number of bytecode executed, and that is very expensive. In Web3 applications, also the volume of data generated by users is so large, and it's impossible to store it in public chain blocks, especially for videos. And so we built Mises Chain, a new infrastructure for Web3, and it has a higher performance and lower cost.
Got you, got you. No, then I mean that's super cool that you guys are created like your guys' own kind of blockchain for all your guys' product suite. And what about I was going through your guys' website, and I mean you can touch on this as much or as little as you want. But you guys also are working on a decentralized social media network.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. Super intriguing, especially with everything going on with Twitter right now. And why are you guys trying to you know kind of get into that game itself?
Okay. So we developed Mises blockchain because we want to develop a blockchain protocol which is dedicated to protecting users' personal data and freedom of expression.
Gotcha.
The reason we want to build it is that we think under the current monopoly of big internet companies, there are fewer and fewer platforms that can guarantee the freedom of speech. And the market is also looking for such a decentralized platform. For example, on January 6, 2021, Twitter suspended Trump, and now Elon Musk bought Twitter and Trump's account was restored. No matter which political view you have, from different perspectives, freedom of speech has different meanings. And we believe that freedom of speech cannot be achieved on centralized social media because it is highly dependent on operating teams and perhaps CEO, and different people have a different political preference. Therefore, freedom of speech can only be achieved by code, by decentralization, and by the community.
Got you. No, I mean, I don't think his account is restored yet. But I mean, I agree. I think regardless of what people believe, they
Yes.
should have a place to like just express themselves. Especially if Twitter's just trying to be kind of like the public square, right? But yeah, no, I mean, super cool that you guys are doing that. I guess what do you think about like just all the Twitter blue, what's going on? Do
Yeah.
you think that's gonna last with everybody just having like Twitter checks and all this stuff? I'm sure you I don't know. I've been kind of confused with like some news that are going on because you'll have somebody like mimicking another account. I think it's hilarious, right?
Yeah.
But what do you think about that?
I would think in short term, Twitter is still going to be one of the largest social media in the world. But in long term, I think decentralized platform will replace Twitter, will replace Facebook.
Got you. Yeah, no, I've never really got into Facebook like that. I was always kind of like a Twitter kid growing up, so definitely I'm with you on that one.
Mm.
I guess what are one I'm positive there's other kind of like Web3 browsers out there. What are some of your guys's like differentiators, right,
Mm-hmm.
versus some of these other Web3 browsers that exist, out in the ecosystem?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? The connection
Yeah, yeah,
lost
yeah.
in a sudden.
You're good. You're good. You're good. So there's definitely some like you guys definitely have competitors out
Yeah.
there in terms of just Web3 browsers, right? Okay. So like, what makes you guys different, in your opinion, right? Just one or two things, than maybe these other competitors or Web3 browsers out there.
Oh yes, you may think we have a lot of competitors because there's so many browsers in the market. But after we've done some research and we think we have almost no competitors in the market because we are a Web3 mobile browser. And the problem we solve is how users can get a good Web3 experience on mobile phone compared to PC. And I don't think any other browsers has solved the same problem. There are some browsers on the market that can load extensions, of course, but they are not trying to solve the same problems as us. And we've contacted developers of one of the so-called competitors, and they told us they are not really interested in Web3. And the other browser is focused on Web3 privacy. So our team optimized Web3 websites and extensions in our aggregator to improve their user experience on mobile. And since most extensions team, basically they don't consider running their extension on mobile during their development. So some extensions require code level optimization, and we are now communicating with our partners to solve these issues.
Got you. Okay, no, that's definitely a differentiator right there. And I mean, the fact that you guys are providing the best experience out there, that's definitely a differentiator. So, tell us, I guess, a little bit more about just Mises ID, the Mises community, and even the MIS token. I saw, that you guys are working on. How does it play off, with the ecosystem itself?
Okay, Mises ID is a unique identity based on the Mises public chain. And Mises community, or the formal name is Mises Discover, is a decentralized social media we have built and integrated into a Mises browser. At this stage, we are mostly focusing on optimizing the Mises browser. So Mises Discover is not yet a fully decentralized social media. In the future, we will develop decentralized storage for Mises Discover and return the power of the community to the users and to the token economy. This infrastructure can also be used to host other Web3 products based on the Mises ecosystem. And currently existing Web3 products can also use our public chain. For example, some Ethereum DeFi project can also support Binance Smart Contract chain. When Web3 projects find out that current public chains cannot meet their demand, they will choose our Mises chain and join the Mises ecosystem.
Nice, absolutely. So, no, super dope. And then, I guess, I mean, touching a little bit again on, the social media network. When are you guys trying to launch that in the roadmap? I know you guys are really focused on the browser aspect of Macy's right now.
Yes. Now you can enter the Mises Discover in Mises browser, but it's not decentralized. It's still run centralized by our team. And in the future, I think the one key point for the decentralization of Mises Discover is our decentralized storage system, and we will develop it in next year.
Perfect. Okay, so that's the plan for next
Yeah.
year. So, no, I mean, we just partnered up recently. I think we did the announcement probably at the beginning of this week, if I'm not mistaken. So, super excited for that. Kind of wanted to, touch on what, we're, how we integrated with you guys. Would love to hear your take on the partnership, and then moving forward, what do you expect, I guess, from the partnership itself?
Okay, I believe that Mrs. User already found out that Zebec is now integrated in the website aggregator in Mrs. Browser, and I hope Mrs. User and Zebec users can all aware of each other's project and start to try them. And in the future, I think our team will optimize the display of the Zebec website in the Mises browser and try to make the experience of using the Zebec Web3 service on Mises, which can compare to the experience of running it on the PC. And after Zebec launches its crypto payroll service, we will also introduce this solution to other partners in Mises ecosystem to help more crypto startups.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, and super excited because kind of like you said, we're obviously trying to get as many people as possible. So having a partner like you guys that goes and works with any phones, not necessarily computers. It just provides more accessibility to our services and kind of what we provide,
Yeah.
right? So no, super excited to be working with you guys on that end. I guess my final question, what is it, what are some just goals or just like plans that you guys are kind of working towards in this year's basically over, so in 2023, what are you guys working on right now?
Okay, we plan to build at least 100 partnerships in the end of this year and early next year to build up the Mises Web3 ecosystem. And the purpose is to satisfy all the needs of Web3 users in their Web3 journey. And we'll also continue to improve the browser and communicate with our partners to make Web3 websites and extensions a better user experience in Mises browser. And at the same time, we are also looking for around $5 million investment to develop a decentralized storage system, as I mentioned before. And we also try to expand around the world to acquire more users worldwide.
Got you. Awesome. No, so super excited for you guys. Definitely super excited to be working alongside with y'all as well. If anybody in here has any questions for Midas or myself, feel free to ask them. If not, I'm pretty sure they got their messages open, so feel free to hit them up. Super dope people over there. And I mean, yeah, Midas has been awesome talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciate your time being here with us on a Friday night, I'm assuming for you. So, salute to you. And yeah, I mean, anything else? Last final thoughts?
Oh, advertisement time. Zebec
What you say?
advertisement for you. Zebec is going to
Oh,
do
there you go.
AMA next Monday. I think it's 5:30 p.m. in Central Europe time.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. That's 8:30 a.m. here. So everybody, feel free to join us on Monday. We got an AMA over in Macy's page. So go over,
Yeah, we will
and
talk about the payment streaming payment of Zebec is super cool.
yeah, absolutely. So, dude, no, thank you so much. Please enjoy your weekend, and bro, we'll see you. We'll see you soon. All right.
Yeah. See ya.
Ab- Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day, everybody.